Hey guys, Assalamualaikum. It's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my kitchen. We are continuing with the veggie dishes. This time I'm in the kitchen, going to be showing you guys how to make this delightful spicy curried lentils meatballs. One of my previous videos, I would have showed you guys how to make the cauliflower meatballs. Well, this is going to be quite similar, except instead of the cauliflower, we're actually going to be using lentil peas. Bear in mind, you can use any peas or beans that you like in this recipe. So these are all the ingredients that we will need for this particular dish. Notice we're not using any eggs. Instead, we're actually going to be using oats as the binding agent. So putting together these lentils meatballs pretty similar to the method that we use for the cauliflower meatballs. So we're just going to be first of all boiling the lentils, making sure that it gets nice and soft. Once it's all soft, we're going to remove it from the water. Add it to a food processor along with the oats, the onions, the pepper, the pimento. The green seasoning goes in there, some curry powder and some roasted jeera. We're going to process this until it's all nice and smooth. Add the oil to it and we're just going to roll it out into balls. So the full recipe can actually be found on my website, the list of the ingredients and all the measurements. From the exact measurements on the website, this recipe actually produces about 12 to 13 lentil meatballs. So you can go about two ways. You can either cook it in the air fryer, which is my preferred way, or you can put it into the oven and bake it as well. You want to just make sure though that you bake them properly. So you can put it in the air fryer for about 50 to 20 minutes. Make sure that they are firm. Same thing with the oven, bake it for about 25 to 30 minutes at 400 degrees in the oven. In the air fryer, I'm using 392 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Something important to note when you're working with the meatballs, if there's a lot of moisture in the lentils after you boil it and then you add that oil to it, you stand a chance of the meatballs falling apart in later steps. So you want to make sure if there is moisture in it, use less oil to hold it together. Just remember that when you're trying this recipe. Once we have our meatballs all done in the air fryer or the oven, now it's time to make the curry part. Now this is going to be totally up to you guys. You can have this lentils meatballs as like a snack, or you can make it like a jeera neck or jeera chicken with not much sauce in it. But if you do want to use sauce, I will put that variation in the recipe as well. All you're going to need to do is add some more curry powder and more liquid to it. So this is one of those spicy sort of cook-up curry dishes where you could just snack on something similar to jeera chicken. Not much sauce in it. So all you're basically going to be doing is sauteing your onions, your garlic, your pepper. And then you're going to toast that curry powder like we would usually whenever we're making curry dishes. Toast it about 2 to 3 minutes. Keep your heat on low. Make sure that you keep stirring so that it wouldn't burn or wouldn't stick. Once that's done, just add a little water to it just in case it does start to stick or burn. Then after about 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to add in your coconut milk or your coconut powder and your water. And you're just going to let this simmer just until it thickens up just a bit. So we added some of that roasted gyro at the end of the curry mixture and some green seasoning to give it an extra kick, of course. Salt and black pepper to taste, don't forget that. And you're going to add in the meatballs. Now you want to be careful in this step. So you could go about it, cooking it down until that sauce is nice and thick, and then actually just pouring it over the lentil meatballs, or you can do it like how I'm doing it, putting the meatballs into the pot. Now be careful, if your meatballs are not cooked properly, when you put it into this heat and the curry powder, it's probably going to start to fall apart. So you want to be careful in this step. It's very important to make sure those lentil meatballs are properly cooked before we get to this curry part. And once you have the meatballs all coated with that curry powder or that curry mixture or that curry paste, that's basically it. Your curry powder is cooked, your meatballs are cooked, and it's just to give it some sort of sauce. And remember, we actually season the meatballs with curry powder and roasted gyro as well. Once it's finished, this is what your spicy curried lentil meatballs are going to look like. Now believe me, this is really, really delicious. Has the extra spice, so you want to be mindful of that too. But think about like a gyro chicken. This is something similar to it, except that it's meatballs, done vegetarian style as well. So it's not too hard to put together, something similar to the cauliflower meatballs, except replacing cauliflower with the lentils. Remember, you can use any peas and beans that you like as well. Make sure to watch the moisture level in it after it's finished boiling, the lentils that is. If there's a lot of moisture in it, don't add too much of the oil. Just try to get the lentil peas almost as dry as possible before you add it with all the other ingredients in the food processor. Make sure to bake them properly. Make sure that they're cooked through properly to make sure that they are actually firm. Ensure that they don't fall apart when you do add them to the curry. If you do want more sauce in it, you just have to add more liquid, more curry powder, and more the coconut milk. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try out, along with all the other vegetarian dishes that I have been putting out there for you guys, trying to keep up with them. Hope you guys are appreciating them thus far, and hope you guys are trying all the recipes. Try this spicy curried lentil meatballs, guys. Telling you, it's real good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Always very, very much appreciated. Thanks as always for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.